So this is a little follow-up to my previous Nyjah SOTY 2022 video. I compared Nyjah and Tyshawn a lot in it, and why I think it's absolute and utter bullshit that Nyjah didn't win. Supreme honestly exploits skate culture more than any brand on the planet. So let's start by addressing a lot of the criticisms I got on the last SOTY 2022 video. Niger was hurt half of this year, so a lot of the footage could be 2 to 3 years old at this point. I see that point brought up a lot. Despite him probably having more overall volume of substantial footage than anyone, even from the footage from this year alone. So here is a Tyshawn interview from July 2021. The interviewer mentions that it has been 2.5 years since Blessed at the time, and he's working slowly on stuff and doesn't care to always stay relevant. That means some of his footage can be literally up to 4 years old at this point. Not that this matters, that's how skate videos drop for most professionals, but it just shows the one-sided hypocrisy towards Nyjah. And what I meant in the first video by the length of only having one video part for Tyshawn, yes, he had 3 parts, but it was just basically one part spread as thin as possible. He literally ended the general with "to be continued," then opened up Kingdom Come with previously played on Play Dead, literally connecting the parts as one. So here's some lyrics that he plays at the end of his King Skateboards Kingdom Come part.
I prove you lost already. The king is back. Where my crown at? I prove you lost already.
The king is back. Where is my crown? Seemed pretty confident on his win long before voting even opened or other parts even dropped. And when was the backside flip that was done in a True Religion tracksuit? Again, just pointing out the hypocrisy of the criticism Nyjah gets. When was that backside flip even filmed? If they used a kickflip for the banger, why hold on to the backside flip? It's pretty much impossible that he filmed that within the voting window, which lasted for hardly even a day. So just kind of like a sketchy thing. It's just kind of like an insult. Like, why even open up voting to the general fan base if it means nothing? It's just like, it's kind of like an insult. If Thrasher wants to choose somebody that is their preference, why even create the illusion that the general opinion of the public has any influence at all? Like, that's why people are pissed off. So I was watching this interview Gary Rogers was doing with Nyjah, and I want to address some of what Nyjah says in it and compare it to what Tyshawn says about the same topic in his own interview.
Like, compare and be like, oh no, he's better, like his skating sicker. It's just like, bro, we all skate so differently, and that's why skateboarding is so sick. And that's why I even love watching like random people's parts. I watch like almost every video that Thrasher posts. And even if it's a name that I've never heard of, I'm still going to watch the part because I love watching everyone skating. Everyone skates differently, and that's what's beautiful about what we do.
Do you ever take the footage for like adjustments in your skating, like almost inspirational tactics, or are you just kind of enjoying your time to watch all these different forms of skating?
No, I definitely take inspiration from people as far as like, yeah, as far as tricks go sometimes, and especially as far as spots go. Like I'll always like, normally when I'm watching someone's part, I'll at least like take a photo of like a couple spots and be like, damn, I want to hit this one day.
Sounds like it gets you hyped too. Like, do you watch skate videos before you go out to skate?
Yeah, for sure.
And this is a screenshot of an interview Tyshawn gave. Dude says he doesn't even watch skate videos at all. I just think it's kind of comes off as like arrogant, personally. I think it's a little weird that a dude just assumed that he had SOTY long before he actually did, and long before the bullshit one day pity voting that doesn't even count, and he just assumes based upon not watching other people's content and actual parts that he just wins automatically and he has the crown. I don't know, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know, that's just my opinion. And just comparing that to the love that Nyjah shows towards skating in general and shows a respect towards all forms of skating in this interview, I just find it way more down to earth and respectable, in my opinion, of course. People like to talk shit and say Nyjah is really arrogant. I think that they just confuse his party lifestyle and nice house and cars for that. It's easy to hate on how much he has won SLS and X Games and shit, but how he comes across in interviews and conversations seems genuinely chill and humble, in my opinion. Him being so interested in all other forms of skating kind of just shows that. I respect that. So technically, who is more core and Thrasher and a down-to-earth skater? Someone who arrogantly doesn't watch any other dude's videos and the hard work that they put in, says he just waits for the clips to come on to the gram, or someone who loves it so much that they value all forms of skating and watch it on the daily basis and value it. Like, he doesn't watch America videos that come out, doesn't watch the inspirational Spanky parts from this year, doesn't watch Zero videos in full that are absolutely insane. Like, that's just kind of whack in my opinion, but hey, I'm biased. I'm a biased kook. Thrasher's Skater of the Year doesn't even watch and support Thrasher. Kind of ironic. Yes, I am a biased hater, but I am fully embracing it at this point because I am extremely pissed. Just like the infinite comments on Instagram and just like the 90% plus like to dislike ratio on my last video. Kind of weird. I think most of the community actually agrees with me. It just bugs me a lot of what Nyjah is accused of in terms of being narcissistic and vain like Tyshawn actually is. Like naming your brand King Skateboards with a generic crown logo. Maybe it's just my bias. It's just kind of cringe in my opinion. It's really honestly like naming your brand, I am the best, I am the top. Like, that's basically what the name of the brand is. Like, really, dude? I can't really think of another brand name doing the same thing. Imagine how much hate Nyjah would have gotten if Disorder was named King. Dudes would be tearing him apart. Tyshawn is the best at pop for sure. Well, I mean, besides for maybe Tiago, but the king of pop, did Michael Jackson call himself the king of pop? I really don't think so. But yeah, I don't know. And the same thing could be said for Disorder for being kind of generic and lame, but at least Disorder doesn't have an extreme arrogance and narcissism built into the brand name. Tyshawn's first pro model on King is a copy and paste of a medieval French atlas depiction of Mansa Musa because he is the richest dude in world history apparently. So just like equating himself to that on a pro model to me is pathologically narcissistic, and I personally don't really vibe with narcissists. And this right here is a little fun fact about Mansa Musa. You can easily fact check me on this. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't think identifying with that sort of thing is all that cool. But hey, I'm just a dorky jock Nyjah fanboy. The dude called Gifted Hater racist on a live stream because of his valid critique of the weird switch ollie angles. That's lame. Then on top of it, he redoes it and proves Gifted Hater's points were valid. Imagine if Nyjah did something similar and called people racist for some type of criticism. I really couldn't imagine that happening, but I guess that's the clown world of hypocrisy that we live in. I'm just pushing back because the 2020 SOTY pick is just bullshit, and that's what most people are thinking. My advice to Nyjah, because he has a huge backing now, even from people who weren't even fans before, just go full villain mode, dude. Move to New York, session all the Supreme spots, skate over the train tracks without Bondo, maybe even throw on some ironic high water chinos, make friends with Ricky Trays, you know, that person, and then go to a crusty New York spot and then zoom in on both of your faces and just show how progressive you are. Do some shit on picnic tables, get Gifted Hater to have a conspiracy theory about it. Yeah, dude, just go full supervillain. Everybody's got your back unless they're a fucking kook. So yeah, just like show these motherfuckers who the true king actually is.
Prove you lost already. The king is back. Where my crown at?